All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, November 11th, 2021. What a day yesterday. What a day, what a day, what a day. I hope you guys followed and didn't get caught in that action. Uh, Worked out really, really nicely. Let's see what happens today. Today is going to be a rebound day. What do you think? What do you think? Is it going to rebound? What's going to happen? So, basically, what are we doing here? So, November 11th, let's get started here. Um, let's see what happens. Share screen, blah, blah, blah. All right. Desktop 2, we got it. Let's get started. Let's get started. All right, guys. So, real quick, thank you for coming in and tuning in. What are we looking at here? Look, we're looking at high probability stocks, and all we're doing is we're trading our system. This system, right? Remember, we use a couple of things here: the 50-day moving average and the 15-minute time frame, right? We also use price levels, order flow. We identify where the bears and bulls are at, and then we take advantage of that. All right. We don't fall in love in here with a stock. We actually fall in love with what? Profits. All right. Let's get going. Gotta have fun, guys. Gotta have fun. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. Yesterday, what did we say? What did we say over here? Let's take a look at the overall markets. This is the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the Russell. Okay, it's right here. Real quick. Yesterday we said I gotta print this thing. 27.22. We had a monster rip. We just rip, and we took advantage of all those rips, guys. All right. Perfect. But this 2047.22, look at this swing. It's coming to the end. What have I been telling you guys? We use the MACDs. We don't get in if you're in a daily position. Daily. We're not gonna get in, right? You're getting in at the end of the swing. Now, what could happen? What could happen? Well, real simple. It could bounce and have an extra pop, right? Now, that pop is probably not going to be as strong, but it will pop. And the level you're going to identify here is 47.20. Okay, if you're using the SPY, just take off a zero, and that's going to be what? What do you think? 472. There you go. Good job. All right, but let's see. All right, so let's see what could happen here. Is it going to pull back? Is it going to break? If it breaks, that means that what? This swing is losing what? Strength is getting weaker. Okay, that's how we trade properly here. And again, I use a lot of things. We just use simple. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. All right, Nasdaq right here. Again, same type of thing. All right, but we're gonna print this top here of 16,465 and the Russell of 2460. It pulled back nicely. Let it pull back. Now it is scary trading from this point of view. Oh my God, we're coming to the end. However, I'm just giving you the stance here for individuals. Now let's look at the VIX. Like the VIX. The VIX, what has been going on with the VIX? Now, I used the hourly time frame in the last week. We identified last week that what? It was basically around 1791 that fear is entering into the marketplace. But let's think about this. We're at all-time highs, and people are getting fearful. They're seeing the opportunity that's going to pull back, and they're buying puts. So me and both puts are being bought. That's fine. But it's kind of like, though, it kind of, it went up to 19 yesterday. That's where we had that sell-off. I told you yesterday. If we start breaking above 18, that sell-off is going to get more severe. So yesterday in the chat, I said, hey, we're breaking 47.50, and we're probably going to go down to 47.30. And we could probably break that. If we break that, we're going to 40s. Not 4,600, 4630, right? And the reason why I said that is because the VIX broke above 18. Now, it did pull back, and at that moment, 4730 or 4630 held and popped up. So what's going to happen today? So the level we're going to identify on the VIX, if it can get below 1727, and I'm going to put an alert up here, then it's probably going to start rallying up. Now, I'm going to put alert up here as well. I'm going to probably put it up here at 1858 because if that things start going higher, then we start reversing going lower, okay? I'm just going to put that alert, and if it dings, I don't trade off of this. I'm just going to give it alert me, okay? Now, the Treasury note is going higher, but the market likes it around this level. I told you yesterday around this 160 area starts creeping about 162, then that's going to be bad for tech, and tech doesn't like when interest rate starts or the notes start going higher. Very, very bad. But if it goes lower, it looks like it wants to bounce. Let's see if it breaks that level. If it starts breaking that level, we probably will head lower. Okay. We got that out of the way. This is the setup right here. Now, Let's tune into the 15-minute time frame. Remember, these are very short time trades. We're not looking to fall in love. We're probably going to get in this for, they're high volatile stocks, so we're looking for the pop and for the setup, the proper setup. Remember, we don't force trades. I'm going to be looking at 25 stocks or so, and one of those is going to give us an opportunity, hopefully. And if there is an opportunity, guess what? We chill, we relax, hang out, relax, learn, observe the market. There's a lot to learn. Look, I've been trading for 20 years. I'm still learning every day. Remain hungry. If the quote from there's a guy named David Goggins out there, guys, remember, I never want to be the master. I want to remain hungry, because I wake up every morning doing these videos. I'm dedicated. I'm sharing with you my trades, my setups that I've studied this for years and years. Happy to give this to you. If you like that, if you want to learn, I'm not going to be teaching you what option and so forth. There are other schools and other individuals out there. I can direct you to who you can go to. However, I'm just sharing. If you're a guy that learns, or a person or woman learns by example, and you want to make a little scratch and you start noticing this thing, this is a great channel for you, because you're going to learn by me actually showing you doing it. And I'm going to be putting this video out at 9 o'clock every day. Ballpark. It's 8:36. It takes me about 10 minutes to upload it. And they're raw and unedited. All right, guys? So do me a favor. Press that like button. And if you do like what I'm saying to you, I'm happy to do a live chat so we can describe to you what I'm doing. And we'll probably be for an hour, maybe on the weekend, not during the market hour. Because remember, market hours, we execute. It's not about evaluating stocks. I evaluate my stocks. It's about execution, okay? All right, guys, give me a like. Give me some love. Love you. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get a lot to cover. All right, so let's look. The last 3 weeks, we're going to look at the XPX. Guys, if you didn't know the market was going down, look at the boxes. The boxes are telling you they're going down, right? This is why we do the boxes. The boxes are telling they're going down. This is from Nicholas Darvis. Great book if you ever want to read it. And this is just how I took that and kind of implemented my strategy. I've read tons and tons of books. All right, so let's get going. So, again, what do we have on top? We got 46.85 to get it better. Print that, 46.85. Now, there is a small one here if it can go up. Remember, all path leads to the 50. If that's true, then we're going to see if 46.51 can start ripping, the MACD start turning, then it's probably going to have a date with the 50, which is probably going to be around 46.70. If this drops, it's probably going to be up there. It might be close. Yesterday, if you notice, I said in the beginning, everything was setting up for a bearish trade. Everything. We're below the 50. It's probably going to go back up to the 50, and then it's going to go back down. And then guess what? It waited for that Rivian news, right? And then everything just collapsed, right? Not that Rivian came out. I think it was CPI. CPI came out super, super hot, and that spooked the market. The market doesn't like unknowns, and it kind of spooked it. However, we saw some buyers come in at this 46.31. That's a level we're going to print, remember, moving forward. Now, what could happen? There might be another potential setup because I don't see a reversal sign yet, right? So what I see, okay, what do I see? Can it go up here? What if the VIX pops? Get the alert. What if we're in this range and then it can go lower? There might be a potential setup here from what? 46.70 area, wherever the 50 is, and coming back down. If you're advanced and you start noticing this pop and that pop, you can take it up. But that's only if it makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I don't know. Now, what vehicle can you use? That's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. My job here is just basically to tell you which way the wind is blowing. That's it. Your job is don't piss against it. Use the right vehicle for you. If it's a credit spread, option call, whatever, I don't know. I can probably do a video on proper money management skills. But there's a lot of individuals out there can help you with that. All we're doing is basically showing you which way the wind is blowing and how to make a little scratch for today, or a lot of scratch. All right. So here we go. Now, what I mean by little scratch? Can you make $500? Can you make $100? Yeah, you can do it real quick. Boom, like that. Can you make more? That's up to you. That takes a certain level of discipline that you have, money management. I don't know what you're working with. Whatever you're working with, I don't know. But again, what's your risk profile? Things you have to answer for yourself before you start entering. This is not for, again, we're properly setting up our trades. All right, let's look at the NASDAQ. All right, enough rant. I'm going to expect that you guys know all this already, but let's get going. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. All right, so 15,905. What do we got? If it breaks 15,997, let's say 16,000 is going back up to the 50-day moving average at 16,148. If it goes up there, what is going to happen up there? I don't know. I'm not seeing any basing patterns yet. So let's see. If it goes, then it probably can come back down and looks at what the MACDs are doing, right? You got to look at the MACD. MACDs come up. What happens at that zero bound? Does it go? Now, tomorrow is Friday. So are they going to take it down on the weekend, right? That's a possibility. And remember, we have option expiration next Friday. So if you are going to trade options, make sure that if you do trade and you plan on holding them, I don't hold them that long with this system. But if you do in other systems, then make sure that you add weeks, because next week is option expiration Friday, and you know how that market maker loves messing with you guys and me, but I don't let him. All right, so now we got the Russell. All right, Russell's a little baby. Could not get above 24.31. Is coming back up. Let's see what the MACDs are going here. Now, there is potential, could be another swing down. So if the MACDs start turning, same way like the upside, start turning, and that could be an exhaustion sell-off, okay? If that's an exhaustion sell-off, then that might potentially put us in a position to what? For a reversal patterns later on to this afternoon, okay? So that's something else to look at. Okay, Alphabet looking good. I told you yesterday I'm liking Alphabet. There's a lot of things I'm noticing in other time frames. I think this thing's gonna pop, probably not today, but it's probably setting up nicely. And this is what I mean about all stocks, all path leads back to the 50. This one back to the 50, 28.92. A lot of you who've been with me for a while probably took that trade, and you're gonna be probably getting out with a nice little profit. What do we have to give reverse here? 29.62 to make it better. But we're going to see what the overall market is going to do. And again, this is what I mean. It's coming up to the zero, coming up to 50. What's going to happen there? Is it going to bounce lower, right? That, again, is a continuation pattern. Remember, lower. We're not seeing reversal patterns. And again, that's the high, 29.62 to make it better. If you took that trade, you're probably going to get out in early, right? All right, Amazon looking good. They took this thing down on Rivian News. Wow. Okay, so not a big deal. Again, they just signed a deal, an exclusive deal with a firm, guys. Can you believe that? So that was the thing we're gonna get to when I get to a firm. So what does that mean? A lot, man. 34.64. It's rallying back up to the 50, just like Google did. And guess what? What's gonna happen here at this 35.26? Again, to get it going, it's pretty high up there, 36.05. So they sold it off pretty good. Now here's the thing. Here's a little note. You always want to make sure at the level that we look at to see how far would the sell, how hard would the sell-off was. 36.06. They sold it off. Crap. They sold it off almost 150 points. 35.30. Bro, that's a huge sell-off. So that's a pretty hard level up there, guys. So remember, hard level. They sold it off pretty hard at that level. So, okay. So, but what's going to happen here? Let's take note of that. Okay. If you don't feel comfortable trading to the downside, don't. Wait. All right. Tesla. I was in another chat with this guy named Josh at Alpha Trades. Give him a follow. The dude is legit. Legit. He's doing penny stocks. He's doing a whole bunch of other things. I don't do pennies. I like watching. I like studying the markets. I love the markets. But if that's your style, and I'm just trading movers, guys. Movers. And I'm not looking for $1 or $2. I'm looking for like 30, 40 points, if you know me. 20 minimum. All right. So let's look here. Yes, in that chat, I was like, hey, this looks good, blah, 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 because I trade Tesla. I know the movements. Elon's is over. He traded a whole bunch of stuff. People are buying Tesla, guys. There is no stock out there like Tesla. This thing is on fire. It's probably going to rip. This thing, the shorts are going to get hammered. Why? Because we're going to identify where the bears are, because we want to take bear money back, right? Let's take I'm on fire today. Bear money. All right, where are the bears? The bears are right there at 1178, and they're at 1198. If they hit that 1200, you're going to see a short squeeze like no other. All right. But this morning, yesterday at the close, I was like, seeing this divergence. It was coming in. This is what we love. This setup right here. This is what I'm talking about. Sold off pretty hard. Is there a reversal occurring right here? We saw that right there was a little short squeeze. It bounced off the 50. Bounced off of what? The MACDs into the close. This is Tesla's secret weapon. When you observe price action, observe the tape like I have, when they sell it off, they like coming in at the last 5 minutes. That's when you know it's real. So guess what? If you took that trade, you're going to be happy. Now, what do we have pre-market? Watch this, 11:18, and look for the MACDs to turn. If it starts turning, it's definitely going to go up to 1177. Watch that. You need 1200 to get it going. If it takes out 1200, this thing is going to explode. There's a whole bunch of bears there, and they need to cover. So watch that. Now, are the bears going to come back in? Right? Remember, Elon's been helping them because he's been selling off. But without Elon, is Elon done selling? Because Elon started early. Good job to Elon, man. He says what he said exactly he was going to do it, and he did it on Monday and Tuesday. Boom, right? It's not all done, but guess what? There's a lot of individuals that love Tesla. They saw Tesla at a cheap bargain price, and they started picking it up at $985, $1,000 to hold in their portfolios. People don't sell Tesla. I know a lot of individuals that they don't trade. They invest. They buy Tesla. They don't sell it. They let it go. They love Tesla. So again, just watch it. Anyway, but that's the play for today, and observe as observe, because you can make some money on that one. If you're looking for $500, can you make $500 on that? Absolutely. You can make it in like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. All right. I'm not going to tell you which option to buy. That's up to you. If you don't own options, go study it. There's a lot of schools out there that can teach you the intricacy of an option. But it's up to you. Remember. Okay, let's look at ISRG. ISRG, again, we talked about this yesterday. ISRG, and again, this after the split has been going up. It did break below 2 weeks ago's highs at 362, but I think that's because the overall market was going up. And again, it's coming back up. What is going to happen at that 50-day moving average? Are you starting to see the process here? Again, everything's letting us know. Now, for the stocks that are at the 50, if this breaks the 50 and breaks these highs on the SPX and the NASDAQ, these are going to be the first to go, right? We got 1, 2, 3 to go. And then Chipotle, guess what? I talked about this yesterday. Chipotle is setting up the way we like to trade here at Beyond Charts at the Morning Brew. This is the Morning Brew show. Now, basically, what do? It's bouncing off the 50, bouncing off 0. That is juicy. Print that, memorize it, implement it in your brain. Now, all we need them overall markets to start rallying, because when they do, boom, this one's gone. And this one has been suppressed. It's got a lot of real estate on the top side. All right. But this is what we love right there. All right, let's get going because time is running. All right, we got Microstrategy. I'm going to cover that at the end. Let's go to Shopify. Shopify, same type of thing. Let's get going. Now, going back to the 50, what's going to happen at the 50? MACD's at the 0 bounce. Can it bounce through? Let me give you the levels on top. And we have what? 1546 on top. If it bounces down, we have 1469. So whatever makes sense to you, I'm going to just give you a whole bunch of setups. All you need is 1, 2. Don't trade everything, especially if, all you need is what you focus on expands. Pick 1 or 2, because you also have to manage that position. Don't be lazy. You got to manage. Okay. Netflix tried to go, did not go. The overall markets, remember, nothing's going to go up. 660 on top. This is very volatile. Now, what's going to happen? It's at the 50. It's a little bit above 0. This can turn. We're going to observe that price here. What do we have to get it going? 652, 660 on top. But if it turns, the market this can turn. It can have a day of 642, create a basing pattern, and then maybe go higher. But watch this one. This one's good if that makes sense to you. Roku. Not a big fan, but it's setting up nicely. This went up during the market. They wanted to take it up. Let them take it up. Okay, great. It's setting up. If it could bounce off the 50 and the overall market's turn, it probably has a date with that 283 on top. And then let's see what it goes higher. It's got a lot of headwinds here. 285, then you got 291, and then that 300. Okay, NVIDIA looking fabulous. They took it down off of 327, back down to 300. We love that. Nice bounce here. Nice little basing pattern. Like Tesla, like the MACDs, it's popping. Don't like this. It's too far away from the 50-day moving average. It looks like it's probably going to have a little pop. Watch this 308. But we like taking trades off the 50-day moving average and off the MACD. So let it pull back. All right. Mercado Libre. We've been destroying this one. Mercado Libre, same type of thing. They took it down a lot off that $1,700 area. It's pulling back. Let it come back. It's probably going to have a date with the 50. Again, same scenario. What's going to happen after that 50 is going to bounce down. If the over markets turn weaker, it's going to go down. If it starts breaking through, watch that 1698 on top. Very hard. Okay. We have Apple. Watch Apple. Apple looks like it probably wants to go. They took it down yesterday, 147. I gave you that trade yesterday. It's holding that 147. So Apple's above the 50. That's good for the overall S&P 500. It's probably going to help it out. All right, Trade Desk. They took it down. I actually like Trade Desk. Probably this week is probably going to rally, but Trade Desk came out with great earnings. The overall market took it down $98 pretty hard. I think with the earnings that they just provided and the guidance is probably going to go to all-time highs, but we're pretty close here. So it looks like it probably wants to go. Watch this $91. It could probably go to 96. Pretty easy if the MACD start turning and bouncing off the zero. That probably and takes out this 91. That can probably go. And remember, we need the overall markets to help us with that. Okay, let's move on. We got Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is holding that $400 area again. Off the 50, right? So let's see what happens. It's setting up. Is it going to bounce lower? If it goes lower, then again, that's a trade you can take. And then you have on the downside 397. If it breaks 397, I don't know what the numbers are down there, but 405 on top to make it better, and then you got 407 to really get it going. Affirm. Okay, we're at Affirm. This is the deal with Affirm, guys. They just signed a deal because remember yesterday I said I don't understand Affirm. Like it's a layaway plan, and but they have a lot of competition in their space. So what if people don't pay? Well, you can't raise interest rate because that defeats the purpose of a credit card, right? So I still don't know the answer to that question. If you do know the answer, write it down in the comments. Let me know. However, the thing I did know is that they did have competition. They just signed an exclusive deal with Amazon. So 3 million users signing exclusive deals with Affirm, and that's why Affirm just popped overnight. So we couldn't predict that. However, they came out in the earnings call, so the market likes that. Now, what are we noticing here? Now, here's the thing. Here's a setup. This is like we like to trade. We're going to print this top here of 175, okay? Now, it's pulling back. If it bounces, it holds that 50. MACDs are right here at the zero bounce, 50, it can start bouncing higher. Now, we need the overall markets to go up because if the markets go down, that's going to bring that down with it, all right? So just keep that in mind. So again, this is going against. The news is fabulous. The setup is beautiful. If you want to take that trade, if you're following, this is what we love. But I need the market to cooperate with us. Okay, Upstart is a competitor of Affirm. They came out with good guidance, good earnings, but their growth rate was slow. Okay, so watch that. And the markets, but here's the thing. They didn't take this one down like they took the overall markets. So this one can probably go 271 to make it better. Let me see if I can design. MACD's a little far away, but if it comes back to the 50 and starts breaking through, that 270 is probably going to go back up to 300. So watch that. Is it going to happen today? I don't know. Maybe when the overall markets turn, but we're gonna watch that. Okay, HubSpot. They took this one down, right? We had a nice entry there, but the overall market took it down. Now, here's the thing. It's probably going to go back up to where the MACDs are turning. It's probably going to go back to the 50 if you want to take that trade. And then what happens at the 50, I don't know. But watch it with the MACDs. It's starting to roll back up. Okay, Zoom, they took it down. That's fine. Zoom is at where? Right there at that 50. Let's see what happens at that MACD. If this market starts going down, this is a trade to take to the downside, 249 and lower. All right. Bookings. They took this one down, but not too bad. It's starting to turn around. Let's see if it can break above that 26.22. And again, it's overall market. Let's see what happens. I think that momentum is probably going to come through. It probably can linger here at 26.72, and we got that 26.92 on top. If it bounces lower, then you got yesterday's lows at 25.56, and you probably have 25.40, 25.15. All right, ServiceNow, they took it down. All right, they took it down. Let them take it down. Not a big deal. Coming back to the 50, 681, and again, MACDs are coming back up. All right, Coinbase, they took it down. They saw low volume trading in the last quarter. And that's fine. But they didn't really announce the NFT division of their company. So interesting. The market took it back up as we suspected. They took it at a 350 level as we suspected. That was a trade that you could have taken. And again, what's happening here? Bounce off a zero. Let's see what happens. It's kind of in no man's land. Can it go back up to that 350 or are they going to take it down? But it held pretty well yesterday. All right. So let's talk about Bitcoin and MicroStrategies. Bitcoin, okay. Overall market's pulling back. Bitcoin is pulling back. Can't break above that $69,000 level. It's pulling back. Now the MACDs are going down. Is this thing going to turn? It's showing some weakness. Can it go back down? I think that it probably will come back down. That level up there is pretty hard at 68,000, and let it pull back. Ethereum, MicroStrategy is going to trade with it. So again, if Bitcoin pulls back, this is going to pull back, and MicroStrategy has that level up there. Again, this is the daily charts right here. And again, this is the exhaustion buy that I share with you. You don't want, this is a low probability trade. Let it pull back, and this is the daily charts, guys. So let it pull back. We don't like to buy at exhaustion phases. I have a video on that. It's under Crypto Pups. Look at that, and I talk about exhaustion buying right there. And it's basically how to avoid being whale food. Okay, Ethereum, again, we're coming to the end. Can it go higher? Absolutely, but it's telling me it's low. Weakness. There's weakness in there. All right, what do I have? Don't want to do that. We talked about Lucid. I got to do this for my girl. Lucid. Lucid, we talked about this. Lucid, here we go. Lucid, again, we traded this. We had a nice little profit. I'm out of Lucid. Full disclosure. Actually, I own some Lucid in one of my portfolios. But basically right here, it pulled back. We got this 48.27. Let it pull back. MACDs are coming to the end. Could have a second win. It's got earnings coming up in November 15. Can it pull back? Can Rivian? If Rivian starts going up, I probably think this can probably help it. Okay. But watch it. The trade, as a trade, this already was done. The trade is done, right? As a trade, we took this trade. It's done. This trade was done. Okay. So if you follow the 15 minutes, these trades were done. And now it's just a matter of where's it going to go. If you're looking for the hourly charts, 45.05 to get it better. And again, the overall markets took it up. It could bounce up here. Let it go. Okay. So we got the chips, NVIDIA looking good. Okay. We got AMD. They took the chips down. Qualcomm, they took it down. So this could be setting up nicely as well right there. And again, watch that 169. LRCX, I like LRCX. LRCX could probably move. Let's see if it can take that 623. If it does, it's gone. All right, ASML, they took it down yesterday. It's coming out. Watch that 835 to get it better. If it breaks above the 50, it's going to go. All right, Intel, don't like. I'm going to take that off. AMAT comes out with earnings pretty soon. And AMAT's earnings comes out right there. Keep that in mind, November 18th. What are they going to say? If they say that they guide up, that the chip shortage is getting better, just like Qualcomm did, then all chips are going to explode. Roblox gapped up. We actually saw this gap up, and not in a trade on this. I might do a setup here, but nothing right now, and that's all we got. All right, guys, it's a little bit of a long one. What do we have here? That's it. Stay green. Go get it. If you want to know the follow-up, I'm going to do the follow-up. It's called the Market Pulse. This is the Morning Brew. This is your host with the Moses. Stay care. Stay green. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.